Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast where power, passion, confidence, and purpose come alive. This is podcast 22. Today's guest is a true force of transformation, TEDx speaker, global health and wealth coach, internationally certified healer, and author of two impactful books. Dr. Aravind Padmaraju is the visionary founder of Habit and the Super Fit Families movement. After 22 years in a high-pressure corporate career, he walked away to heal from deep personal loss, trauma, and burnout, and now leads a global mission to help others to do the same. Through his breakthrough 4D healing method that we're going to learn today, he empowers families and leaders to unlock their U 2.0, dissolve emotional blocks, and live a medicine free, holistic life and purpose. So, are you ready to welcome on the screen Dr. Aravind Padmaraju, sir? Yes, then go ahead and comment below quick. Tell us, sir, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, Hrudai. How are you doing today?
I'm doing also great. So, thank you so much, sir, for being here
Thank you
with
so
us today. And you're gonna share amazing knowledge with us today. So I'm waiting for
yeah.
that. And audience, I'm also hoping that you're also waiting for the knowledge and the learning that you're getting today. So without any further delay, let's start off with today's podcast.
Yeah.
Can
Thank you
you
so
take
much, Hrudai,
us?
for
Yeah, thank you
for
so much.
inviting me. It's my pleasure to be part of your podcast.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you take us back to your childhood moment that shaped how you see the world today?
Yeah. So going back to my childhood, I came from a humble. My dad was a farmer and in small village, and whatever, if I think about right now, whatever the life I'm living, I did not had this dream. I can't even there in my dream. So I always felt that as a kid, as long as I'm in a good job and able to take care of my family, that is more than enough. That is what I felt because as a kid, I hardly had any luxury as a kid. I mean to say, so I had very humble background, and my dad used to do agriculture, and I studied in a small Telugu medium school, and that's how my childhood started. And yes, there is a lot of aspirations as a kid that I want to live a better life. I want to truly live the life fullest. And there's only one thing as a kid which I strongly, what my dad and my parents taught me is working hard will never make you lose in your life. So, so that was a one quality which I wanted to really take as a kid. But there is another, the strong thing which I also learned because of my upbringing is never give up. Never give up on anything. The only way you can fail in your life is the moment you give up. So these are the two things I can strongly recollect as a kid. But yeah, there is a lot of um, things as a kid I wanted, which I did not get it. So I wanted to do a lot of things because of the financial condition of family. We could not able to do it. Yeah, there are a lot of lack. There are a lot of scarcity. There are a lot of things of comparison with others. Why my life is like this? Why do I need to go through all this as a kid? There's a lot of things has gone, but I'm so blessed that I had that kind of a childhood I could able to cherish right now. I could able to face life with more ease, take the situations as it is, rather than complaining or criticizing as adult.
Great, amazing. So, whatever you thought now you wanted to get in the past when you were a child, now you are receiving it, I hope.
Yeah, yeah. So as a child, I had as you say, right? As a child, you have a lot of dreams. You will not have a clear path. you will aspire, you will get inspiration from someone that you want to become something. And as a kid, I want to become a pilot. I want to become an aeronautical engineer. But the life, the way it shaped up is, I think, few things will not happen for a good in your
Yes.
life. So that's how I take it. But I think I'm so happy with the journey what I had. I'm so happy with every single challenge whatever I faced, every single moment. Because the moment I started working on myself, I could able to understand how the life is actually is, and why should you cherish every moment rather than complaining that why my life is like this.
Yes. Great. Great.
Yeah,
So, no, when you are a child, whatever you see, no, you wanted to
yeah,
become that. You want to become
yeah,
that. But no,
correct.
life wants us to become who we truly are.
Yeah,
Whatever,
100%.
no, even I am here today, and whatever I see, I want to become that. Maybe
Yes.
working in 9 to 5 job, I want to do that, right? I want to do social service. I want to help
Yeah.
people. Whatever we see, we want to become that. No, when you
Yes.
said that, no, I wanted to become pilot, even I wanted to become pilot. But no, my
Yeah.
passion is, no, teaching. My passion is doing podcast. No, this is where I am.
Yes.
So
100%. I agree with that. Because we take a lot of inspiration and we see a lot of, because as a kid, we don't know what exactly we needed. And I think the right now, the maybe this generation, you at least have some kind of a guidance and some kind of a knowledge. That time there is no TV, there is no internet. When I was a kid, I had I had used to get a Doordarshan or some TV channels. Weekly ones we used to watch. We are very disconnected with outside world. We are deeply connected with the village, that people, and all those, that environment, right? So we did not had that much of exposure, and whatever we could hear, um, that was the world, that was what we want to create as a kid that time.
okay. So what
Yes.
was one painful childhood memory that later became a source of power or transformation in your life?
So yeah, one childhood memory which is always troubled me, was that my family was not financially that much big. My dad struggled throughout his life to make sure that we get food, we get education, all that. And even during my childhood, I could not able to go through my education because of the financial conditions. But there's only one thing what I really wanted to give is, I want to live a life without any restrictions, without any problem with the money.
Hmm.
So money could not be the limitation in my life. So that was the one thing. And the second biggest thing was, I want to truly live my fullest. There should not be any conditions. Whatever I want to do it, I could do it in this life. So these are the two things which is given me, and that has created me so much of courage, so much of dedication, so much of what I can say, that no giving up attitude, that let's face it, whatever is going to be. But yeah, during this journey I did a lot of mistakes, a lot of things. As a kid, I did not get it. A lot of things I did for a validation, a lot of things I did to prove for someone else, and did a lot of mistakes because I did not had that knowledge as a kid, and it was everything was trial and error in my life. So yeah.
So basically, no, you have overcome those situations, and
Yes.
now you are a leader in your own life. You are the king of your.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Was there a moment as a child when you felt unseen or unheard? And how did that experience influence your mission today?
Yeah, I think my current mission, whatever I'm going through, is all about every single challenge what I faced. I had a very rough childhood where I could just remember at one stage of kid, I did not even had a chappal to wear. And I could not do the education what I wanted to. I mean to say, the places where I wanted to study. And some of the things was I could still remember all the clothes what I was wearing was someone else, where from my cousins, from the people, other people's the clothes. And apart from that, I also um, felt when I see other people having all those basic necessities and have a better life. I, as a kid, you always compare why I don't have that. Why do I have to go through all this? And we had we had agriculture land. My dad used to do a cultivation with the lily flowers. It's called as kanakambaram in Telugu. I don't know the English word for that. It's a lily flowers, and I still remember every single day morning. It's a ritual for me. Like morning 5 o'clock, I get up until 7 o'clock. Every single morning, it doesn't matter weekend, weekday. I think I remember from the age of 2 or 3, when I was studying second standard or third standard. From that time till ninth, mid of ninth, I every single day that was my routine. Morning, get up, go and do the cultivation for 2 hours, and come back. The biggest pain point was as a kid when I see in summer holidays, all my cousins will come in the home, and we used to sleep in the outside because in villages you have cots and you sleep there, and everyone will sleep has a luxury to sleep till 7 and 8, and me and my brother used to get up at 5 o'clock and go and do that. As a kid, at that time it was very painful, and I know why should I do this when they have this kind of a lifestyle. But I think that cultivated me who I am today. If that was not there, that was hardship or that discipline, if my dad was not put me in that situation, I would not be able to be the person who I am, and I could able to relate what I have gone through as a kid, which has helped me big time when as an adult, when I had a real life problems, when I had a biggest downfalls in my life, and the way I handle the situations, I could able to see that the strength and power what I as a kid has given me during those situations and during all those uh, situations as such. And I still remember for where I could not able to study my higher studies, and I had to start working at the age of 17. So I completed my 10th, then diploma. Then my dad could not able to afford it. As an adult, I know that I have gone through so much of pain. I really wanted to study more, and because of the financial condition, but even that was a blessing. So at the age of 17, I started working, and it given me the experience which that age to till now no one has that kind of exposure what I got because of the early uh, started working. So I think the childhood is mix of both, but every low moment has given me a courage to why should I be successful, and every that also I think a stepping stone that what I have able to do as a as through my career or whatever the mission which I'm currently working on and so on. So that is the greatest foundation. I think one thing which I can truly say is I think that kid has a courage to go through that journey, and which given me who I am today uh, as a person.
Right.
Yeah,
How did your upbringing shape your beliefs about success, health, or self-worth? And what did you have
yeah,
to unlearn?
yes. So I think my childhood was given me so many things which I need to work as adult. So I could not able to understand this personality development aspect until at the age of 37, first time when I got a life moment. That's why I jumped into personality. There is something like a personality development. You should focus on yourself. There is something inside, you should work on it. Till the time, there is only one thing what I learned is be positive, everything will be okay. And some of the moments I overcome it with that stubborn mindset of I will do it whatever it takes. But I, as a kid, I lack in worthiness. I always felt I'm small. I always felt I'm not good enough, and I always felt people treat me as a poor boy or a village boy. They don't respect me because of the identity what I was carrying was um, not outspoken, not have a good communication. Because when I came out of a college, I don't even know how to speak English. This is how I started my journey. I studied all my education through a Telugu. I had a biggest block that, how do I face the world with the Telugu language? Because Telugu, I can only go in my state where I can survive. If I want to go beyond, how do I go about it? So that was one of the thing. And yeah, even though my parents has given lots of love, but as a kid, I did not feel that love. You
Mm.
always, your perception of the situations, whatever happen in your family, you start you start creating some kind of a story within you, and you feel that they don't love me, they only love my brother. My brother is only getting everything, I am not getting everything. So this is, there are some of the things which has actually I felt lack in my childhood, is lack of love. Even though they given a love, for as a kid I perceived as I did not got enough.
Mm.
And the second thing was lack of validation, lack of appreciation. And but there are some moments I really proud of the things what I achieved as a kid, things, but still, and lack of having that support, whatever I when I really wanted on few things. So these are the things which is I could able to identify after 22 years of uh, going through the journey, and when I had my roughest moment in my life, when I looked back, when I started investing on my own personality development, I could able to identify a lot of um, things as a kid. I learned and I believed that this is how I have to live, and I could able to overcome with the work what I did later.
So for that,
Yes,
you would have worked on your chakras.
yeah. I worked on multiple aspects of personality development. I think if you are truly wanted to see what is transformed me was every single time there is a life hits you hard. That is when I went into personality development. The
Mm.
more harder, the more deeper I went. So somehow I'm so blessed that I got right mentors. And there is only one thing. What I learned in my throughout my life was, whenever life goes harder, that is a moment your next journey begins, next evolution begins. So this I saw. I had multiple examples. Even I don't know about personality development.
Mm.
So as a kid, when I had that, I had to quit my. I did not had opportunity to study. That is what is given me to explore the world with a true courage. Starting my career with a 400 rupees, and within 5 years time going from 400 rupees to earning a lakh rupees without having a degree, and all these courageous things happened. And I have every 2 3 years I have a life incident, and which gave me assurance that every low moment is a stepping stone for the next high moment. So that one strong belief I always kept it, but also I understood, because of the belief that, right, I used to keep pulling myself down. Everything is a limiting belief. I know that every high moment I'll have a low moment. I started believing it, and my energy used to pull me down. So that is when I worked on multiple aspects of a life. I think the one thing which has truly transformed me is healing,
Mm.
working on myself, because that is when I understood that there is something, it's very profound, which I never heard. I always think that positive talking is saying positive words, saying the affirmations, reading the goal cards, and you get everything. But I never understood all the my lowest moment happened because of the stories what I created as a kid, limiting beliefs what I created as a kid, and the perceptions what I made as a kid. All those things I could able to understand the moment I started working on healing, and understand about all the childhood, the memories as a kid I was storing, and I could able to see my life has hit into multiple times,
Mm.
given me an example that it is reminded multiple times. Even though previously I started with a meditation, all these things, but the true actually evolution happened when I went into a point where I was literally could not able to take any decision. I had a suicidal thoughts, I had a depression, I had I had sleepless nights. That was a moment, the first ever. I always used to consume the free content, whatever available in the internet about Jay Shetty podcast and multiple podcasting. I also have one more amazing podcaster who helped me was Rob Dial Jr. So these two podcasts I used to watch, but it is more about be positive, be positive, be positive. Don't accept negative is a sin. Negative is the biggest problem. You should not even focus on the negative. This is what the way I have perceived. But when I hit that low moment, that is when I understood that you need to also embrace the negative version of yourself. You need to accept that version of yourself. When I started working on healing, I was carrying so much of stuff from a kid. There are some memories, negative memories. As an adult, I had some bad experiences. When I started my teenage, I had some failures. As started as a career, I had some memories. I was carrying like a hell lot of things, and that is when I heard from one of my mentor is you don't attract what you want, you attract what you carry. So that actually changed. Until that time, I thought that, whatever your mind believes, you become. Yes, I'm 100% sure. But only and only when you release, if you really want to fast forward even that process, the healing was a missing piece. The moment I started introducing to healing different modalities, I did. And the healing has transformed me everything. So, and apart from that, because I was already a positive person, the moment healing came into the picture, and the moment I started implementing all the mindset reprogramming, subconscious conditioning activities, which is actually given me a skyrocket kind of a progress.
Great, amazing. So
Yes.
this is the power of healing. So healing
Yeah.
can do many things in our lives, but just that people should believe that healing works. When
Yeah.
the thought
Exactly.
sits that healing does work, then the healing will take place in one's life. The
Yeah.
thing is, people don't believe that this happens,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
they struggle in their life and they question it didn't make sense. Why?
Yeah.
Because you don't believe that this is
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. So whatever you said is absolutely right. Anything in your life works only based on your belief system. If anything which is not working, you're not believing it. So our whole life, even a medicine, what you're taking, everything works on a belief. If you don't believe medicine doesn't work, how much ever the best doctor is there, how much ever best medicine you have, your mind and your body believes that it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And
Yes.
what is the one biggest thing what I also saw with this positive world, people thinks that just being positive will take care of everything.
Mm.
But what I understood is being positive by healing yourself, you will be in a fast forward mode. It is something like I have a glass of a water, mud is already there inside. How much ever I try to purify that water without removing a mud, that water can become never become a pure water, right? So you need to release that whatever you're holding on. And this is what I understood then. I know that healing is a lifetime journey. It is never going to be like a 1 year, because every layer of your progress you will find out new things to heal, to go to the next level, and new mindset you need to create to go to the next level. So this is what I also understood. But the moment you start, you creating a space. So the problem with is that the way we've been conditioned from the kid, the sources of information what we're consuming in today's world, the negative news, the negative, everywhere, wherever you go to social media, it makes you are not worthy enough, you're not good enough, you lack on something. You go to the news, people shows that all the negative news what is happening. Every single aspect of your life is creating, it is created from last 20, 30, in my case 37 years of conditioning whatever has happened. The more and more space I'm creating by using releasing the through healing, the more and more I started creating that positive energy work, whatever I was doing, I was able to feel that progress happening in my life. So this was the biggest missing piece. I followed even Bob Proctor. I'm a very good follower of a Bob Proctor, and I have still written a goal back in 2017 that I would need to touch some kind of a body fat percentage, like 6% body fat. and that happened after 5 years. And I also written one more goal that I need to earn 1 lakh rupees every day. That was also came true. So even though all that was there, but was one missing piece, was the healing. And the moment I understood that, my life was nowhere. I could able to know exactly where is the problem. And one beautiful thing which I also understood while healing came into my life is your outer world creates by your inner world. What you're feeling inside is what creates the signal to the universe and what you gets attracted. But in this focus, in this manner, because I still remember I read this, I heard about a secret long back, manifestation, law of attraction, all of that. But it's similar to the subconscious reprogramming, what Brock Proctor says about all that. But one missing piece, even though I was attracting, it used to take a longer period of a time. Whenever I do any kind of a goal-based subconscious reprogramming or manifestation work, but the moment healing came into the picture, because I'm becoming more and more cleaner inside, there is no self-doubts, there is no negative emotions about my past conditioning, whatever is happening. The more and more cleaning happening, on top of that, using a manifestation, it becomes a magnet. As you rightly said, your positive work for the mind and your healing for your heart. Because when both works in a synchronicity, you become a magnet of your life. And the healing actually, later when I did more and more study, what I found is healing is not only on a one area of your life. Your body is combination of four elements: your
Yes.
mind, sorry, your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul. All four has to be aligned. When this alignment happens, because when you have any limiting beliefs, it can be felt in your physical body. When you have a trauma in your heart, or when you have any emotions, negative emotions, that can be felt in your body. When you are not strongly believe about the purpose of your life, that will be felt in your actions. Everything works interrelated. Your body is a combination of these four. And until before I started my journey of understanding this whole science, how it works, because I have went very, very deep into learning multiple modalities, multiple mentors. And what I understood is, until that time, I used to see them in a separate. Physical body means exercise and eating food. That's all. But lately I understood those are only the parts of your health. Your health is much, much beyond. The emotional state will dictate how well you follow your routines, and your emotional state decides what kind of cravings your body creates in your reality. All that, when I understood that, so it should be a combination of all four. You need to see your life as a holistic. You can never take in one area separate. So that is what exactly the healing is connected all the dots for me, and all the amazing learnings whatever I had beyond.
Amazing, beautiful. You have covered most of the questions that I wanted to ask. That's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah. So when you took Jai Shetty's name and you
Yeah.
have met Jai Shetty sir, so I
Yeah.
saw your post. That's amazing, cool. No, he was your
Yeah.
mentor for the podcast shows, or you
Yeah.
learned from him and you have met him. How was that moment for you? And did you ask sir few questions that you wanted to ask? And what did you converse at that point in time?
Yeah. So I think Jay Shetty was first my mentor, who actually introduced me to the meditation. Along with that, Sadhguru is also one of the another mentor where initial time of meditation came into my life. But I used to follow very, I think, so much of knowledge what I learned as a personality development by going through his podcast, and I was also part of his Genius program for a year. And my that was my one of the manifestation. I had a goal that I have to meet two people. So one is this guy, and another one is Stephen, who's the Diary of CEO. I met both of them at the same stage, so that was a dream come true for me. And I was attended a Mind Valley event which happened in Dubai. I'm a strong follower of a Mind Valley, and I really, even Vishen has created a huge impact as a starting of my personality development life. I learned a lot from Mind Valley, and he came to the stage. and I could see him live. I could see him walking next to me, and it was again a manifestation moment to meet him, because no one got that opportunity, but I got the instant that go there and he will be there, and I could able to hug him. I would able to give him the shake hand, and I could able to feel his presence. And unfortunately, I could not ask anything, but I could feel I was into a moment of joy because my dream come true meeting him. So and yeah, that the session what he shared in Mind Valley, I think that was the where he talks about how we disconnect with ourselves as a kid, as adult, how we take ourselves granted. We don't console ourselves. We don't be there a biggest supporter for ourselves. And how should you give love to yourself than anything else? Because that is the biggest lesson I learned from them. I learned from that particular keynote, whatever he's given in that program. But yeah, I think he played a biggest role in my personality development as a beginning. But later, I could able to reconnect everything whatever I learned from him when I expanded my learning towards the healing, life coaching, then going more deeper into psychology, behavioral aspect, and neuro linguistic programming, and my only and only passion was I want to go as deeper as possible, learn everything, and simplify to the people. So I wanted to actually identify the deep rooted of it. That's why I have more than, I think, 12 different mentors. Jay Shetty is there. Jay Shetty was my first international mentor, which I used to follow. Then Rob Bell Jr., which I told you. Then Steve, this Diary of CEO, that Stephen. Then Tony Robbins. Then Joe Dispenza. Then Eckhart Tolle. Then in India, I had the greatest mentors of my life was Kartika Nair, and then Mitesh Anandu Khatri. And then I also learned from Siddharth. I learned from different mentors. Okay, every phase of life there was mentors who are there, but all this knowledge, the only and only need was that is when I keep solving the problem, I start thinking that what is the real root of it. And that is when I understood that your life has to be holistic. You need to nourish every single part of your emotional body, physical body, mental body, and spiritual body. And apart from that, you also have to focus on all the areas of your life. The most of the times what we do as adult is you only focus on business, but you are dying in your health, you're dying in your relationships, you're dying in managing your money. It doesn't make any sense for that success. So that is when I understood that the growth has to be a holistic means your health, your relationships, your career, and money has to go parallelly, grow as one single balanced success. When you have the balanced success, when you nourish your complete bodies, whatever the bodies you have, I think that will give you a true satisfaction, and there is nothing can stop you to become and achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. So
Amazing.
yeah,
Beautiful. So now let's go for rapid questions, one word
yeah,
answer. So your first question is one word that defines your life today.
purpose,
Morning ritual you never skip.
going within,
Your favorite healing practice.
chakra balancing,
A book that changed your life.
think and grow rich,
First thing you do when you feel overwhelmed.
center myself.
Coffee,
I'm
tea,
making myself present mode. Centering is nothing but
hmm, coffee, tea, or green juice.
coffee and also green juice,
What makes you feel most alive?
breath,
A quote you live by.
never give up.
One thing people often misunderstand about healing.
It's okay. I moved on.
A childhood nickname you remember.
Child, Pandu,
Your biggest guilty pleasure.
When I guilty pleasure, when when I went for a movie and my warden caught me,
Mhm.
and then I had to bring my family, my dad, to the hostel to face all that situation. It was, I know that I enjoyed that movie, but I felt guilty that I had to bring my dad for a whole that situation.
If not healing, what would you be doing?
Serving,
Great. Now also you were
yeah,
serving in this healing.
yes,
One habit you transformed your health.
walking.
What's your superpower in one sentence?
My superpower is go connecting with myself.
Beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah,
So I had
yes,
promised the audience that we are going to discuss about 4D healing.
yeah,
So what do you mean by 4D healing, sir?
yes. The 4D healing is a four dimensions healing, I think, which we discussed in the podcast, that the healing has to happen in all the four
Yes.
energy bodies, whatever you have. It has to be your body, it has to be your mind, it has to be your heart, and it has to be a soul. So we do combination of breath, prayer, words, and body movements, which makes you to feel every single time when you do. So I do a combination of Ho'oponopono, EFT, and combination of NLP, anchoring, and kind of hypnosis. All together, I do a healing. So that is where people actually get the true experience of their body is getting healed, their mind is getting calmer, their heart is becoming open up, and they also feel connected with them, deeply they connect with themselves. So this is what is a 4D healing. So if I think anyone of participants want to really experience, I do every week subconscious healing. It's basically a 4D healing what I do. And every day we go into one area of life and go and you can literally experience whatever I'm saying, the 4D healing.
Amazing. So,
Yeah,
audience, if you want to be a part of that workshop, there is a link in my description. You can just click on that
yeah,
link and register for that workshop. So you can be a part of Arvind sir's workshop. So, see,
yeah,
this 4D dimension world is also like no space and time.
yeah,
So we have 5D world also. Know what? We are in the same community, right, of Mitesh
yeah,
sir and Indu
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah,
Great. So, Mitesh sir took your name and said that no, you are closing the deals of lakhs of rupees every month.
correct. Yeah,
Congratulations for that.
thank
Be
you.
happy
Thank you
to
so
hear
much.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a
Amazing.
4D healing when I say about, as you tell, there is a 4D world is where people are living in a 2D world where you can literally go when your energy goes higher, when you live in the nothing zone and beyond nothing zone is where the 4D world exists, where you come out of the survival aspects of living in that survival, fear, and all those the basic necessities of the human being, because 90% of the people will live die in that basic survival aspect of your life. But when you go beyond, that's where the 3D and 4D world exist. You can truly live. I think the one practice which has actually changed me was a pineal gland meditation, which I learned from Mitesh as well as Joe Dispenza. It is truly transformed. You can literally become live in the Maya, live in that 4D world and attract anything and everything by sitting in the same place. You don't need to move your uh, thing. You just ask, you get it. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Ho'oponopono has only four statements. That is, I'm sorry, please
yeah,
forgive me, thank you,
please.
I love you. And Joe
Yeah,
Vitale taught us the fifth phrase.
yes,
That's so amazing. So yeah.
yeah,
So yes. So Your last question is what role do passion and purpose play in true holistic health?
What role passion and purpose? Yeah. So I think there is one thing which I strongly believe is why I am taking this is I saw a huge transformation within me. The biggest blessing for me right now, the emotional freedom, what I really have.
Mm,
Nothing bothers me, and any situation in my life gives me a joy in my life. And the freedom it has given me, that every situation is a blessing in my life, is the biggest win. What I feel, and because I went into a so deep with my passion and purpose, I was able to find that, and I want to give that to a world. And what I strongly believe, Hudai, is this emotional freedom is everyone's right, and it has to be learned and practiced at every single family hold. Because if the family changes, the next generation automatically changes.
yes.
So this is why every single program, my only intention is I want to educate and inspire and make them follow these as a rituals on a day-to-day basis, so that they live in that true 4D world and deeply connecting, having that alignment in their life, where every area of their life they are successful, and that one parent changing is the next generations is automatically changing, because every kid is learning looking at their mom and dad. If they change and they live the true emotional freedom, I think that is the best gift what we can give it to the next upbringing or to this world. The really, if you want to change or fix the problem of all the challenges people are facing through emotional, mental, and all the physical health related stuff, if as a family you build that knowledge, that gap which is there, and follow them as the rituals, and you be the inspiration for the kids who are upbringing. And I think that is the best gift this world, and what I think the current world really requires. And the way the current things everywhere is the negative, people are more prone to attract to that. But when you teach this as the early age of the kid, and I'm so glad that you're doing this work at this age, I'm really proud of you, and keep doing whatever you're doing. And I'm truly inspired by the work whatever you're doing. And I know that there is some or other way your parents should be the key for you that to do whatever you're doing. And I want this to happen in every family hold. So that is what is my mission. That is what makes me drive. And few years back when I started with that health, no one, even I did not believe that, how parent changing will kid will change. But I started seeing that moment is happening right now. So the people I see most of the programs attends, the parents along with the kids attends in very often with most of the sessions.
Mm,
And so this is what when you strongly believe in something, you don't need anyone validation. You are your own validation,
yes.
because that passion will drive you, and that passion will take you maybe 1,000 turns, but 1,001 turn is going to be the where you're going to prove the world that you are absolutely right in whatever you're doing. So this is what I strongly believe, and this is what I learned with many mentors. Everyone has their own journey, but there is one thing which they truly, whatever you believe, you become that person, and nothing will change to make that as a reality in your life.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
So it is like
yeah,
the relationship with your parents is what you attract the relationship with other people.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So this is today's podcast. It was so amazing, good knowledge, good learning. This was another type of healing podcast for me, right?
Yeah.
Another 4D healing podcast, I can say. Such a
Yeah.
beautiful learning podcast. It was so. How did you feel coming and being a part of my podcast, sir?
So I am so amazed the way you structured the podcast, and I was actually blown away from the way of clarity you have in driving this podcast. And all the best, and keep going and keep inspiring. I'm seeing you going to touch millions of people, and you're going to be inspiration for many of your age group, and also for the people. uh, beyond your age group, because age is just a number. And I'm really congratulations for everything, whatever you're doing, and I'm wishing you the great success. And you're already successful. You have everything: your health,
Thank you so
relationships,
much.
career, money, and go and do whatever you're doing. I really love your confidence. I really love the knowledge what you have at this age, and I'm so grateful to be part of this. And it was truly what I can say was, I could feel my inner child was jumping inside. Okay, that kind of experience where I could literally feel that happiness within me, that I could see someone at this age has this kind of a knowledge and this kind of a focus and this kind of a dedication to do even after doing the schooling, and focusing on your own personality development and building something which is you love from your heart. I think and keep doing whatever you're doing, and all and congratulations for all the success what you already made, what you're going to make, and what you're going to create in the future.
Thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you so
your
much, Uday.
lovely and kind words. And
Yeah,
congratulations and tatastu that you have also
yeah, you
achieved
too.
your health, relationship, career, and money. So
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much, audience. Thank you so much, sir. If I've done anything wrong from my side, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank
Yes,
you.
forgive me.
I love
Thank you.
you.
I love you.
Yes.
Yes,
So
same from here. If I think if any of my conversation is given inspiration or given some kind of a pain or anything, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I forgive myself. Thank you. Thank you for
lovely.
inviting me. Yeah.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. So, audience, if you want to continue this podcast shows, watching the Hrudai Chetan Show, then meet you in my next podcast 23. So, thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.